Morning everyone. I just want to touch on how we operate really and client expectation. We've been trading for quite a number of years now, and we take great pride in knowing that every client that we deal with is satisfied after each job. The steps we take before a job that we undertake, so often we'll get photos from a client. We'll often get photos of carpets and furniture in residential settings. So from those images, because of our experience, we can basically explain to the client the outcome of that clean. On top of that, prior to commencing the job in the client's house, we do a survey as well with them. So we'll walk around and we'll basically reiterate what we've already discussed from the images that have been sent through. We used to do a written survey and mark down all the damage. We were finding a lot of customers were a bit uncomfortable with that, because it took a bit longer, and then they're signing things, and a lot of people don't like signing things. So we have done it on trust, and over the years, we've get very little in the way of callbacks, because obviously we take the time to explain everything. Damage is a major thing with wear and tear. So we'll frequently see with carpets wear patterns, where people have been walking, you get reverse pile wear in front of sofas. You know, for most people, you know, that there's an understanding that if a carpet's 5 or 6 years old, or a sofa, or even a plastic floor, we do expect elements of wear and tear. So as a company, we really make sure we're not patronising people. We're just making sure that clients have that understanding before we do the job, because we don't want dissatisfied customers. Often we will actually look at something in person, like say a cotton sofa that's very discoloured, and we'll explain that to the client that we can't bring that back, and we'll then give them the option at basically our cost as to whether they even want it cleaning, because obviously we've booked the slot out. You know, we have staff that need to be paid, but if it looks beyond cleaning, we'll always be upfront with the customer and explain, you know, that's the case. This year, the first year, we've had 2 incidents, which it has upset me a little bit. But, you know, we move on, and we understand that challenges do arise. We've had 2 clients where we've gone through the whole process, explained everything. This is generally wool carpets. I'm extremely experienced in dealing and cleaning with all different types of wool. Been doing them for a lot of years. I know exactly pretty much how that carpet's going to look after our process. 2 incidences now where a client, we've explained everything, they've said proceed with the clean. One wasn't happy with the wear marks in front of a sofa, which we explained twice to them, and basically refused to pay for that room. You know, I'm not going to get into an argument with the client, but I will explain if I disagree with what they're saying. Unfortunately, there was, I've got images of this job, and the before and after pictures are very good. It's showing, you know, the wear areas very slightly still visible after the clean, but on the whole, the carpet looked fantastic, reconditioned, much brighter, and so on. And, you know, I said to the client, I'm not going to get into an argument with you about this. I will just knock the room off, you know, for argument's sake. It is very frustrating, because it costs, you know, time and money to do the job. And another one was on a walkway, a very heavy traffic area. Again, the carpet was about 8 years old. There was reverse pile. So basically the pile goes one way and another way where you walk constantly. It looks like a line. we can't remove that because it's damage to the pile. Yeah. When we clean, it can often highlight that line a bit more because the pile often stands up, and we groom it up so it dries correctly. So the client wasn't happy with that one, and they also refused to pay. I mean, we're talking reasonably small sums of money, but it is the principle, like £50 here and there. And from the outset, I sort of had a feeling from my experience that these clients didn't want to pay our rate, because we are slightly more expensive than, you know, people can get quotes for like £15 a room, £20 a room. We are more expensive than that due to our knowledge, due to our experience, due to our consistent results, and also due to our very expensive setups. It doesn't suit every budget, you know, and we're not trying to suit every budget. We do work to a much higher standard, so it is reflected in the cost. We're not expensive. I see ourselves placed as very competitive. Things stay very clean for much longer with our process. So yeah, that was very frustrating, those two cases, because obviously tradesmen and businesses get a lot of, you know, abuse often for maybe not going back to customers, ripping people off. We will always go back to a client every single time, but we have to sometimes look at what the customer's intentions are, because on those two occasions, I felt personally as a business that we had been ripped off by the customer. So unfortunately, it happens, you know, businesses rip people off, but very often we don't hear about customers doing it. And I think that when a client rips a business off, that should be known as well, because I would say that this type of client tries to get money off with every single tradesperson that they deal with. I've got a very good gauge of a client, you know, from dealing with all types of different people over the years, and I sort of get the gist of where some people are going. So it is frustrating. People out there do exist. We don't come across them very often because we've explained every eventuality. So a customer can't really come back to us and go, well, I'm not happy with X, Y, and Z, because we've already explained it. But we will have a client stand in front of our face and go, I'm not happy. And I've explained all of that to you prior, but I'm still not happy. You know, I can't go anywhere from there. If something's worn or damaged, as we've explained, I can't go anywhere. And as hopefully I come across as a very polite person. You know, I would never say to a customer, oh, I'm not having that, you pay, you know, it's here or there, you know. But I like to highlight that as a tradesperson, you know, there are some very unreasonable people out there, and it's not always the business. So that's just what I was trying to put across. And if a video ever went viral, I've had one with a lot of views. I would love this to go viral, just to highlight that type of dishonest client does exist. Thank you.